In my previous video, I shared how the Vanderbilt family lost their massive fortune over the generations by not having the right structures in place. Today, I want to share the complete opposite story. The Rockefeller family trust is now in its 7th generation, and they're still one of the wealthiest families in the world. Most people think it's because Rockefeller simply left behind more money, but that's not the real reason. The real difference wasn't the amount of wealth they created, it was the legal structure they built around it. Instead of transferring assets directly to their children, much of the family's wealth was placed in a dynasty trust. The trust was designed so that the trustee, not the beneficiaries, owned the assets. The beneficiaries themselves don't receive legal ownership of the assets. They only receive benefits according to the rules written into the trustee and letter of wishes by the settlor. One of the key assets held inside the trust was the family's business interests. Instead of distributing company shares to each generation, the trust remained the shareholder. That means ownership of the business stayed in one place. As the family tree grew larger over the generations, the business wasn't divided into smaller and smaller ownership stakes across hundreds of descendants. The trust continued holding the shares while each generation became beneficiaries of the trust rather than shareholders of the businesses in their personal capacity. The trustee and letter of wishes can also specify exactly what beneficiaries are entitled to receive. Rather than giving them access to the principal, beneficiaries may only receive distributions from the income generated from the trust assets. For example, if the trust owns shares in operating companies, the dividends received by the trust can be distributed to the beneficiaries, and salary or director fees can be paid to family members working in those businesses. If the trust owns an investment or property portfolio, the investment or rental income can be distributed. But the principal, the underlying shares, business, investment assets, remains inside the trust. They are not distributed to the beneficiaries. This means that the capital base stays intact, and over time, the principal grows in value from the underlying business and investment appreciation and insurance payouts. Because of this, the income generated increases over the generations. Every generation can continue receiving income from the same underlying pool of assets because the principal will never be distributed. This is what we call a dynasty trust. If you want to understand how to set up a dynasty trust structure to benefit future generations, send us a DM to arrange a consultation.